Yo, what it do? We back at it again. You know what it is. The voice of the culture, man. I'm sitting here with a couple. And when I say a couple, they're not any couple. They're their own couple in their own way, and I respect them. That's why we sitting here together. And it's a blessing to be sitting with these two individuals because the simple fact that I've been learning from them. I've been listening, paying attention, and I actually had an opportunity to sit down with my brother Mike earlier during the podcast I did a couple years ago with my great brother, the coach Jeff. And over the times, Mike has been growing. He's been executing from the time I met him to where he's at now. And him and his lady, man, they are dropping gems on us, man. And I'm not even going to talk about it no more. I'm going to introduce to the podcast my brother Mike. Appreciate you, King. Likewise. And his queen. Yeah. And tell them who the culture, who y'all guys are. If they don't know who you guys are.
Absolutely. Well, my name is Mike. This is my life partner, Willicia. I don't know if you want to start first, because they usually say ladies go first. So.
You good.
That's good? All right. So, yeah, basically myself, I'm a motivational speaker. I'm a real estate broker. And me and Willicia, we have our own show called Your Truth Show. Pretty much with Your Truth Show, we decided to come up with that. It's really a passion project, you know, because we speak a lot off camera. Therefore, you know, we just feel like it shouldn't just be between me and her. Ideally, we really realize that a lot of people are struggling with like finding deeper connections, finding life partners, real friends, and even the dating scene, like wasting time dating, you know, and not asking the proper questions that's aligned with them and what they want. So we decided to start this show, and you know, we're super excited. We're actually up to episode 14. 13. Well, we're in 14 now.
Yeah.
Yeah, So 13 is out. We're in 14 in the making, and so. Man, it's just been really great because, you know, me and Willicia, we're just so in tune and so aligned with each other. So doing something with somebody, especially like, you know, a woman, I would say your partner, I think it means everything to me because a lot of times in my past, I never really had like a girl best friend. And that's what Willicia makes me feel like. And she's so aligned and supportive with things that I want to do. And she also wants to do the same thing. It just so happens she wants to do the same thing. So, you know, it's organic, man. It's real. And ever since like me and her been together, man, I'm just able to be myself. And I'm speaking like just from a man's perspective. I know a lot of men out there are not able to be themselves. The men trust me, I've been there. Yo, bro, hold on. She coming. I've been there. We all been there. Yo, hold on, bro. She coming. Alicia could be right there. I'm not sugarcoating nothing in front of her. I don't want my friends to sugarcoat nothing in front of her. Because at the end of the day, is it real or is it fake? This is real. And that's what we want to promote. Real love, real relationships, and having that deep on being yourself.
And that's the beautiful part about what you guys are doing as a team, as a unit, because we live in a society where we get caught up in this hype, these fake images, these fake lifestyles. It's just so watered down. We forget about the essence.
Right.
And I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I watched a few episodes, and it kind of took me back to my parents.
Wow.
My parents is 80. Dad is 80, 87. My mom's probably 88, God rest her soul.
Yeah.
And I say this because I watched my mother go outside and help my father shovel snow.
That's official.
That's love.
I watched my moms go to work all day in New York, and my dad had a cleaning business, and at night she would go help him clean.
Wow. See?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
That ain't going on right now. Right. Well, now let me take that back for the culture. It is. But we're not advertising it like we advertising all the monkey shit. Let's just be clear.
I love that you said that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
It is going on.
It's happening.
But it's in the cut.
That's it.
And that's another reason why I brought you guys to the forefront. Because I felt that, I personally wanted to sit down and check the journey with y'all, hear the journey.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate you.
You guys remind me of a very old soul, an old couple in a young generation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When I see you guys interact on camera, you're smiling, she's smiling.
Yeah, 100%.
Yo, most importantly, I noticed with you guys is peace. Yo, people rather have everything else. Yeah. Y'all got peace between y'all.
100%.
It's peace. It's a warm. When you walk in that door, she greets you with warm welcomes. When
100%.
you walk in the door, you greet her. I'm not living with y'all, but I understand that because I see how y'all kicking with each other.
100%. I'm cheesing show on all fronts when I get home. I can't wait to get home, to be honest with y'all. And I'm a person, I'm very outgoing. But I'll be like, if I'm away from Willicia too long, I know she's home. I'm like, yo, baby, I ain't gonna lie, I'm on my way. And I'm cheesing. And I can't wait to see her in reality. You know what I'm saying?
And that's where it's supposed to be, because after a while, the goes away.
Yeah, of course.
Let's stay on the honeymoon.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
But
something I told him from the beginning.
Huh?
That's something I always told him from the beginning. Let's keep the spice.
Yes.
Yo, let's keep, cause it's,
Yes.
yo,
I don't even believe, let me tell you something. I know it exists. I know people talk about it. They write books about it, honeymoon phase, all this stuff. I believe things only exist because you're thinking about it, that it even exists.
Wow.
I sincerely feel that way.
Wow,
I sincerely
never
feel
thought
that way.
about that.
Just think about this, me. People that have been in relationships and they've been together, I'm going to use 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. What do people start to take pride in? The time. But is the relationship good?
They're holding on to the time.
They hold on to the time. Yo, we've been together 10 years. Y'all been together 20 years. But my question is, if I ask most individuals,
What did you guys do together?
what did you guys do together? What you guys accomplished together? It was nothing really moving. They've been stuck on year 5. They've been together 20 years. That's 15 years lost. They just been holding on.
You know why though? Because of the society and the hype that we live in. That's number one. Number 2 is you get comfortable with nothing. You cool with having nothing, but you want the world.
But are you cool with having nothing? I'm going to tell you something. I question mark that, right? Is people actually cool with having nothing?
Because
No,
they
these
say, we've been together 20 years, 15 years, but they complain every day.
That's what I was going to tell you. They're not complaining to you probably. Or maybe they do complain to you. But
I
I'm
got
saying they're
friends that
talking to
complain.
somebody.
That's what I'm saying. So my thing is peace. I'd rather have peace.
I agree.
I'd rather have peace, yo.
I agree.
I don't give a, yo, honestly, and I'm saying this, money is great. I love it.
Yeah,
But if I don't have peace, I don't have no happiness.
Exactly.
People are chasing happiness. They're putting watches, bags, trips, boats, clothes, what we didn't do on a pedestal instead of saying, what are we going to accomplish?
But I'm going to tell you something. They do that because they're not happy with their day-to-day life. They're not living in their purpose. It's a fluff. They go, yo, let's take me on a trip. That's the only time they're happy. Taking a trip, taking a vacation.
They outside every day because they escaping something. They escaping their day-to-day.
You're only on a vacation, what, 2 weeks out of the year? Let's just say a month. You got 11 more months. You're not happy? Other than the times you went on vacation, that's a problem. That's what I'm trying to say.
Because you're chasing that bluff.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But I'm going to ask you guys something, man. I feel like you guys are a comeback story. Where did this story start from?
Yeah, comeback stories. I'll let Willicia say.
We knew each other in high school, but we never really talked in high school at all. We knew of each other, but we was in 2 different lanes back then. Like he was in football and I was just doing everything I was doing. But he was always in my DM.
Slow down.
You was?
Yes,
I was in there.
he
No
was
pressure.
in there.
But she ain't gonna tell. No, she is gonna tell you the truth. She gonna tell you.
So it wasn't like, he was a pest or anything. He would just converse with me through things that I posted. And he would always try to invite me places. And I never went. I always thought about it like, but I just felt like I didn't want to be around him in a group setting. Like he felt like he was doing the right thing by not making it like weird or awkward. Like, oh, it's going to be people here. But the way I saw him post and the way, like I kind of compared and I'm like, it's not meant for us to be around each other with a group of people. Like, if we're meant to be around each other, it'll be a one-on-one encounter.
Well, you know what? That's funny you say that because most brothers don't want to just act like, yo, it's just me and you. Because I understand my brother.
Right.
So it's like, yo, I don't want to make it seem all like, yo, I'm just trying to get you alone so we can get somewhere to go twist.
Right.
I want you to hang out and join it. And you like, we not going to bond like that.
No.
Right.
Because I already kind of could see the type of guy he was through his Instagram. So I'm like, group setting, you want me outside? Nah, we not going outside.
But Instagram can also be a facade too, though.
Right, but I also could tell that he thought like me. Like there's so much fronting you could do on Instagram. Like you could tell when a person is a thinker and when they just posted just to post.
Because a lot of thought goes into the front.
That's right.
Yeah, that's right.
That's real shit. That's real.
Absolutely. So it's like me, I'm a person that studies people. Like I grew up with my father. Like nobody can swindle me. The jig is up. Like I know. I grew up with a real man, so I know what they look like. I know what they talk like. I know what they act like. I know what they do. So I just was like, nah, we can't do that. Because then it wouldn't have been about us. It would have been about everything else that's going on. And then if there's other people around, they're going to be trying to talk to him, they're going to be trying to talk to me. It's like, it wouldn't have been
you want that complete attention.
Right.
That's dope because a lot of women they'd just jump for the opportunity just to be outside.
Nah.
Right.
That wasn't it.
Bet
True.
you going in? What? Come
Yeah,
on,
they were
girl.
cool, yeah.
I'm running. Mike,
100%.
we gonna drop that
We drop
top.
the
And
top.
we
Yeah,
gonna,
you
we
already
gonna
know.
play. Come on.
No,
Bro, I know the
100%.
game.
100%.
But to be
It's
honest, I didn't
reality.
even really know like the car he
Not
drove.
saying
and,
that you did,
Right,
but I'm
right.
just saying someone like you said, you study, you seen the Instagram.
Right.
I know Mike is in the drop because Mike pulled up at the interview. Y'all was in
Right.
the
Oh,
drop.
yeah,
Right,
yeah,
right.
You know what I'm saying? So when I see you in the car, I know you in the drop.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Nah, that makes sense. That makes
So,
sense.
you know what I mean? That's dope.
Yeah.
But let me ask you this. You growing up with a father
Right.
and you growing up like that, that had to be a blessing too, though, because you really kind of getting the core base of a man.
I love my father. My father
Well, you
did
said
everything.
that the other day, you know what I mean, on your story.
I love my dad. Like, I feel like I would be a different person if I didn't have him. And, you know, it was hard growing up with him because it's like, you know, he killed everything that I wanted to do, but I trusted him. Like, I knew he wouldn't tell me things just because he's a parent. It's like, he was really just giving me free game, you know, like, listen, this is how you got to do it. I respect him so much because I never seen any contradictions in his actions.
Wow.
Like, there was nothing that he could tell me that I could rebuttal or challenge. It was just like, I just had to listen.
So you was willing.
Yeah, I chose to live with my father at 11. I lived with my father from 11 to 26 years old.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Why though?
I always could see the difference in the way he lived and the way my mom lived.
Right.
So it was like, you know, being with my mom, I could do whatever, but it wasn't what I was supposed to be doing. It was a temporary freedom with not having things that I was supposed to have. Like, okay, yeah, I could do what I want, but
You don't have no
do I really
guidance.
do I really have what I need? Like, all right, I could be outside till whatever
But I
time,
don't have a
but
foundation.
I don't got no money. My hair ain't done. I don't got my nails done. Like, but it's like with my dad, it was structured. It was like, if you do this, you're gonna get this. And it was always like that. So I knew like, okay, I want to do what I want, but I also want to have what I need. If I always have what I need, I'll always be able to do what I want.
Wow.
That's
That's amazing because we live in a time where everything is kind of like recycled.
Yeah.
If you think about everything, when I say that, clothes, music, everything comes back. But one thing I'm noticing is what's not coming back is the essence of joy and peace in marriages and couples.
Yeah.
It gets destroyed because nobody wants to be honest with each other.
Yeah.
Nobody.
And her being honest, saying back then wasn't the time.
Yeah.
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 But what made it the time? As time progressed,
Yeah.
y'all here,
Yeah.
glowing, shining. Who was the chisel that started breaking down, you know what I mean, the walls to structure this though?
Not yet. So basically, like she said, I started off in the DM. I was in the DM.
We were small talk a lot.
Yeah, we were small talk. It was
Hold on. Why was you in the DM? Because does it go back from, you kind of always wanted it in high school? Or she had the new look that she didn't have in high school? I'm just curious.
You know what it is? She always been the same person. Like I said, I knew her in high school, said hi to her a couple of times, never really had full-blown conversation and everything. But what brought me to like, I was curious about how she has been from high school. A lot of people I have seen, spoke to, ran across. Her, I never ran into her, no nothing. We're both from the Bronx. So I'm like, how do I run into her? But I see her all the time. We follow each other. We sometimes like each other's posts. We comment on like something positive. She may comment on something positive that I put. And with her, she's such a great text and stuff that like she wouldn't just say, let's just say leave an emoji and nothing. She would actually like go in depth about what I'm actually talking about. So therefore she's listening, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So that helps a lot. I'm like, wow. For her to even
She's
respond
listening.
like that, yeah, that's pretty cool. She has to be something, right?
She's
Something.
attentive to me.
Yeah.
And as men, we like that.
Automatically. I love it. Not alike. I love it. So I daily, I went in, like I said, we used to talk, small talk for a while, man, for a while. And then over time, it was just like, hey, just quick question. You doing anything this week? You busy? She's like, oh, well, maybe, was it Friday?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, maybe we can, meet up on Friday or something. Now, I took it I told her this, we spoke about this after, but I said, I was thinking to take her out. We could just go meet, have dinner, whatever. And when she said where she lived, I'm like, I don't know why I misconstrued like that she wanted me to come over instead of taking her out. I end up at the woman's house at 12 o'clock on the midnight. You hear me? And you already know that's booty call hours.
Right.
So you probably thinking like, yo, y'all got it on like Donkey Kong. Nah, this ain't that type of story. We sat there and spoke from 12 to 8:30. You hear me? 8:30 in the morning. just straight talking. I barely even got water. That's how intriguing the conversation was. We literally laid everything out on the counter about everything that we had going on, anything that we was feeling. Some things was probably just random, I'm gonna be honest. And as she said on the episode, it was our unofficial best friend. I never had a best friend as a girlfriend where I could literally be myself, true to myself. And it was so unfamiliar, but it was refreshing at the same time.
You know, it's funny I said that because I'm an individual, and I tell my young boys this all the time. Yo, stop chasing to take the female out. I had a rule.
Yeah.
I'm not going to take you out till I talk to you after 90 days.
Wow.
I want to talk to you.
Yeah.
That's right.
Because
What you wasting your money for?
me going on, that's number one. Me going on a date, we're going to sit on the table. What you like? What's your favorite color?
It's fluff. It's the representative. Like I said in one of the episodes, it's the representative.
Yeah.
Let me get to know you.
That's
I want
right.
to see if you're going to call me and ask me, yo, did you eat today?
That's right.
Right. Things that matter.
Things that matter.
100%.
Or yo, I'm calling you because I know you got to get up and go to work.
Right.
Because at the time I was working nights.
Yeah.
You get your sleep, you get your rest. Those are like, oh, now instead of just, yo, let's get up. I met you on Friday. I'm linking up with you on Sunday.
Yeah.
Don't know nothing about you. We sitting at over the table. You're gonna order some shit that you probably love to eat. And, you know what I mean? But I'm not getting to really know you.
No, I know, right?
Because
right.
and I don't even know your favorite food. So now the 90 days, like I got to know you. I know what you like to eat. I know where to take you. And when we go on this first date, it's just as easy.
Yeah, it's super
Yeah.
easy.
It's nothing. It's like we've been rocking forever. So
Right.
it's, yo, we comfortable.
Right.
And that's the thing that y'all did. Y'all made each other comfortable in each other's space
Yeah.
before we did anything else.
100%. 100%. Even down to when I got in her house, she told me to take off my shoes. I took off my shoes. I literally went, I went to sit next to her originally, right? So she has a couch similar to this. So she's sitting about right here. I probably was right here. And literally she was like, She told me to sit on the other couch, like basically right here. So I was like, oh, my bad. Now, in sales, I know that I was taught that, it eases people's. So instead of making it seem like it's like an interview or something like that, they tell you to sit next to them. Like, don't try to sit across from them.
Right, because it's gonna make it awkward.
It makes it awkward, right? I haven't seen a woman since high school. We didn't even really talk in high school. So, and it's 12 o'clock. What is this man doing here? Guess what? That was her first question.
What made you come here?
Yeah, why? What made you come here? That's the first thing she asked me. So that was the first word she said to me. Is what made you come here?
Wow.
And then we didn't stop talking till 8:38 in the morning.
8:38 in the morning.
Y'all really caught up.
And I helped her bring her laundry upstairs because she left it down there. She didn't forgot. She didn't tell me.
But yo, at the end of the day, that's how in tune y'all was with each other.
Yeah.
How many first? Let's keep it real. I haven't been on the first date where I sit in that soak for 8 hours.
Never.
He came back the next day and I cooked for him.
She said, "Oh, you hungry?" Yeah, she called me because obviously 8 o'clock, I was done. Forget about me. But I had such an amazing time. I woke up and it was so refreshing to see her say, "Hey, are you okay?" She was already up. And also as a text, she's like, "Hey, are you okay? Everything's okay with you?"
And as men, we love that.
Yeah, of course, because I could have been, obviously it was late, I had to drive home. So I'm just saying it was like, for her to even say that and then say, "Hey, you want to come over? I could make it something to eat." Man, it touched my heart, man.
Of course.
You already know.
I know because I was about to say,
common.
I've had that situation. I've dealt with a chick. I laid up with her all night. We did whatever, dropped her off home. I ain't get a text. So you made her home safe?
Just something, just something small like that.
But the next day you call me, yo, what's up? Let's link up again. Yo, you didn't even ask that I make it home.
Yeah. I know.
Like, come on. Where's the consciousness at?
It's normal in today's society, but that's why we're here to that's why we had to put it on display. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes I realize it's just people aren't seeing it. Nobody's talking about it.
People don't want to see it.
No, but they have no choice to see it because when you're consistent, that's why us, we yo, look, it's not about me and you. We're doing this for even the one person that say they like this or love this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing it for them because they need to hear it. And trust me, it's not about everybody seeing it. There's 8 billion people in the world. But look, maybe 1,000 people, bro, that really need to see it. Or just the right people that need to see it at their point in time because everybody has a time and place where they are ready to receive something. Everybody's not ready to receive something right then and there. Sometimes it takes time. But us being in a face all the time, that's our job. Being in a face all the time, consistently.
When they
All they
say,
need to
hold
do
up,
is
but
see
let me
one
pay
thing.
attention. Hold up. What did I keep seeing them?
Yeah.
So after you're kicking for the 8 hours, 88 style, because that's really back in the days.
Yeah.
Sit in the park, chill with a shorty all day.
Yeah.
It wasn't going to the crib.
Mom's in the crib, so you're not bringing her to
You're
the
not
house.
bringing-
You outside.
And The right female is not going to your man's house to go sit in there with
Definitely
you.
not. Yeah.
So we got to go to the park and we
Right.
got to chill.
Right.
That's why I said earlier, y'all got that old soul in the new
Yeah.
generation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all letting people know it's okay to love.
100%.
It's okay to enjoy each other without all this hype behind it.
Yeah.
One thing I want to ask you about, and I want both of your opinions.
Mhm.
Do you feel like when you growing up in different households, can that become a line in y'all situation?
Growing up in different households. So what do you mean?
I grew up with both parents.
Okay.
I might be dating
yes.
a female that grew up
Yes.
with one parent.
Absolutely.
Okay. Okay. Do you feel like that can affect a relationship?
Yes.
That's what you're asking?
Absolutely.
Yeah. It can
Absolutely. Because like I said in the beginning, if I didn't have my father, I'd be a totally different person.
100% though. And I think for me, I got my mom and my dad in my life. And I think it's so funny because I didn't live with my dad, I lived with my mom. That's why I think it's so easy for me to be so attentive. And I'm so, I love my mom to death. So it's easy for me to love on her. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's easy because I just believe, like, see how she feels about her dad? And she told me one time, what was the thing you told me about? Like, he was like, listen, Mike, I love my dad so much. How could I love my dad so much and then not love you in the same way? You my man. I would never mistreat you in no way. I would never treat you how I wouldn't treat my own father. It would never happen. But that's due to the love.
Say that.
Yeah,
And
and I
he
feel
would-
the
he
same
would
with
never-
Respect though. It's the love.
No, it's respect. Yeah, it's a respect
That
thing.
love
Like,
and
why would
respect thing. You know
that's
what I mean?
what, yeah, that's what she's meaning. Like the whole respect behind. Like, it's a lot of people, especially women, disrespecting guys crazy.
They don't have no
Public, it
fathers.
don't matter. Vice versa, though. Don't get me wrong, right? Men be. We speaking about both. I'm just speaking for us to do that to each other, embarrass each other. We live with each other. It's so much that you don't realize. It only has to happen one time. People think that, oh, it's okay, it happened. You know, it happens in relationships.
Okay.
It gets swept under the rug. Next moment it happens again. Right? I'm telling you.
Now
these
you're
things,
right.
These
Because
things shouldn't
Mike,
happen.
I'm gonna be honest. You know, I'm just an authentic person. I went through that.
Yeah, me. We all been through that.
You know
of
what I'm
course.
saying?
Yeah.
Like, but you don't even realize it. Like you said, yo,
You think it's so normal. You give people passes. You make excuses for
You
them.
even give yourself a pass. If you don't want
that's what I
bugging
was
out,
about to
you
say.
be like,
You give your, you know what I mean?
you be like, nah, sorry, I'm not gonna do that again. Next one, you do it again. You downplay it. Oh, you overdoing it. Come on, it was you. Your
You gotta
ego
hold
was
yourself
involved.
accountable.
Hold yourself accountable. I'm so sorry. If you did do that, you better sincerely apologize and make sure that never happened again.
But the problem is, like we talked about off camera, it be the image that both parties are trying to uphold.
That's right.
I got, as men, sometimes we get caught up, yo, I gotta have all that. I remember my brother said, yo, she out my league. I said, how she out your league? You don't even know her. You
He
just
already
going by
selling
what she
himself
got
short.
on.
Yeah.
You going on by what the girl got on and who she be around. You might be the dude she really want.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But you so caught up in what she's wearing and okay, granted, you know you can't afford that.
Yeah,
But that don't mean you're not the man for her.
I'm glad you brought this up, right? Because for me, I tell Willicia, I remember I tell her all the time, like, Willicia, well, I tell even my friends, I'm like, yo, I don't care if Alicia's around multi-millionaires or billionaires, you hear me? None of them men can ever do what I can do for her. Do you understand what I'm saying? My character is what makes me rich. My character. You understand what I'm saying? A lot of people don't have character. I know
At
that
all.
for a fact.
None.
That's right.
I know that for a
They're
fact.
living off an image.
Yep.
They can dress it up all they want. They have no character. They have no character. No
I call them the
morals.
mannequins.
Yeah,
I call
I'm
them
telling
mannequins.
you. I met
But
them.
you
I
can
meet
dress a
them.
mannequin, but
Yeah.
a mannequin can't talk.
Exactly.
It just look good.
Exactly.
They mannequins.
Exactly.
And
You know
I
what
feel
I'm
the
saying?
same way.
Exactly.
Like he could go anywhere without me.
And you know what the crazy part? When you get in that situation, you don't even want to do nothing. You don't even have that feeling.
Exactly.
That's right.
I got to the point one time, I used to tell my crew, yo, don't put, once I got married, I used to tell the team, yo, don't put me, we out partying, yo, I don't need that, yo, my man, don't put me on to nothing, because you're not
Right.
going to be in my wife's face, smiling and joking, and
You're
then
on
put
point.
me on with a girlfriend.
Exactly.
Yo, let me, and I said, and I'm saying this in the camp, I said, let me do what I decided to do on my own.
That's it.
That's right.
That's it. That's it. I
Because
respect that.
That's
I respect
just,
that.
I don't want that. This ain't my girl no more, this is my wife.
That's
Come
right.
on now.
Now, my girl, we was young, dumb, stupid,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
This is my wife. I'm not going to have you laughing and keep keying me like, yo, shorty and her friends. Nah.
It's not cool.
That's
Because
right.
then that's going to cause turmoil in my relationship with my wife because she going to say, well, every time you out with them niggas, what she got to go by? It's the
Right.
lack of what you giving her. You know what I'm saying? So
100%.
it's got to have that confidence and respect. But like I said, there's so many mannequins, men and women mannequins.
Mhm.
You just look good, but you can't really speak.
100%.
You know
I
what I
really
mean?
respect what you did too, because That's what the show is about too. You gotta pull your friends' cards.
That's
Yo, listen,
right.
I think people want to create boundaries in their relationships. They don't do it with friends, which is kind of weird to me. It's like you should be doing this with everybody. Everybody shouldn't be able to, like,
Do anything.
yeah, just like, oh yeah, yo, bro, yo, come over. They know you married. They your friends, right? They know everything about you.
Yeah.
Why would you do that? Yo, I don't drink. Why are you trying? Yo, bro, you want just this one time? Why are you doing that to me? It doesn't allow me. I already told you before I came out, I haven't been drinking the whole year. You know I'm about to hit a year. I'm about to complete a year. And you're going to offer me, yo, this one time, bro, we just celebrating, bro. No, bro.
People always
don't
want
even
you to
bring
do
that up
what
to
they're
me.
doing.
They don't respect you.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If somebody tell me they don't drink, I'm not offering them drink. Not one time. I'm never going to do it. I'm not doing it. I don't care the occasion. I
Or
don't
hit
care.
you with the, you sure? If I said, nah, I'm 50, I'm sure.
Oh.
Like, what you talking about? Ain't no peer pressure here. You
No,
know what I mean?
I'm right with you. I'm just saying, I'm thinking not even 50, man. We talking to people that never even listen to their mom and dad about everything. That's the people I'm talking about. But you gonna listen to everything your friends say. We gotta stop that. That's what I'm trying to say. Stay aligned with you, what you want to do.
But they don't know what they want to do. That's why they follow suit.
Well, let's figure it out. I'm all good with not knowing, but let's figure it out. We're not gonna just go with that. I
Where
don't
the
know.
pride comes in that in the relationship and with your friends. Your friend. If my man can't tell me, yo, bro, I'm lacking in this area. Yo, you got some ideas?
That's right.
If you can't come to me and say that, then what are we doing?
I agree. I agree with you.
Or you too embarrassed to say, you know what, man, I fucked up with homegirl. Or yo, you know what, man, things ain't right. I'm dealing with health issues. Communicate that, especially with your partner, your friends. Be upfront with this shit. If you call these people your circle,
100%.
And that's what we want to do. Like we just want people to hold themselves accountable and take actionable steps.
y'all heavy on that, holding yourself accountable.
Yeah.
So big on that because that's everything. See, people think it starts with, so in a relationship, me and Wilicia's together. People think that if you just think to blame yourself most of the time, I realize it saves the headache. It saves a lot of how would I say it? Missed words that you may end up saying due to feelings because she might have hurt your feelings. A lot of times you just say, damn, all right, that was my fault. And I'm talking about down to like maybe my approach is wrong. That's probably why she got upset. We don't really reflect on how it even got started. What lit the fire?
People
that
don't
made
want
her
to
get
have
offended.
uncomfortable conversations.
You understand what I'm saying? Because everybody wants to be heard, but nobody really want to listen.
Understand. That's
And
right.
look, two people could be right. I think a lot of times people forget that too. What happens is people get spoken to in the wrong way, right? Maybe the tone was super high. Like, why you talking to me like that? Next moment we start talking about something else. You know what you did last week? We way off of what just happened. This is why we even talking. Now when Way left, next moment I'm storming out the door. Next moment we ain't talking. I'm out. Matter of fact, I'm not coming home. Come on, it becomes a whole nother thing when just stick to the issue. Just stick to whatever that issue was.
Yo, that's so real because a lot of people be so clouded that they don't realize what's going on. And
Yeah,
I'm gonna be honest, I was one of those brothers that I was in a marriage and I was clouded, and I didn't really understand this shit till I got out the marriage.
Damn. Well, at least you understand it.
Yo, I had to step away from the marriage to look and say, God damn, you ignorant motherfucker, because I didn't understand it in it.
At the time, yeah.
I didn't understand I wasn't protecting my wife.
Yeah.
I can't expect my wife to be this woman that's loving me and she's out here battling with monkeys in the street.
Right.
Worried about, oh, he doing this, people saying he's this, people saying he's doing this. So now you gotta put on a facade and you gotta fight everybody. And me, I'm at home like, yo, I want my lady back. She's not a lady no more, she's a fighter.
Man,
That's why
deep.
self-discovery is
That's deep.
important.
Yeah.
It took me to step out of my marriage to realize that and say, yo, now I realize, and I'm getting mad at my wife, like, yo, you're not the lady you used to be. Of course I'm not. I don't feel safe no more.
Right.
I'm fighting for this marriage.
Right.
Yeah.
And you don't get it. And I'm so caught in the marriage because trying to fix things, be the provider, do all these great things,
Yeah.
but I'm not clear.
Yeah.
Right.
And a lot of us as men, we don't be clear. And I'm saying this in front of the camera, and I'm saying this because I don't care. Because we're talking to a couple that wants to be clear with each other. We need to start being clear with our partners.
100%.
Yo, babe, right now is not the time financially for us to be doing what we're doing.
That's
What's
it.
wrong with saying, well, this ain't the time?
Because social media,
Yeah.
forget social media. It starts with what your friends is doing, with the moms. It's people
It-
that
all
they,
that. It's
all that
people living for other
conversations.
people.
It's living for other people. They're not being. And
People
those people aren't
pleasing.
being.
That's right.
And those people aren't even being real.
So it's just a trend of unreal shit. It's like the dominoes for everybody. Bing, bing, bing,
Everybody
bing.
faking it, and then you
Everybody
next moment you find out, yeah, this person losing their house. You like, what the hell? They just was on vacation and
Yep.
what
We were just
happened?
over there having a cookout.
That's right.
This person just got
Oh,
divorced.
they just got the new furniture.
Think about this. This person just got divorced. They just was in Aruba. I'm super confused. It's a facade. I'm tired of living in a facade. I'm so done with that. Words can't express.
I'm so happy that y'all are past that.
I'm so done with that.
That's the key to
That's
you
why
guys
I asked
up
him
being on this
that.
episode.
Nah,
That's why I asked
that.
him, what made you come here?
Yeah.
I had to know. I found out. Here we are.
Yeah.
And you found out, and look where you at.
Yeah. We're
From
both
a
doing
question.
things. We're both doing things that we haven't done, and it feels so good, man. Because as a
But
man,
you
I
doing
gotta
it
bring
together.
Come on. Nobody want to do this alone. Like this world, this journey, nobody wants to do it alone. Nobody can really attest to that. I know nobody can rebuttal me on that. Nobody wants to do it alone.
Yo, you gotta have a team.
You have to.
Whether it's and your partner should be the coach.
100%. They should be there.
I don't want you to be my backbone. I'd rather, if you're better than me in that department, be the coach.
That's it. I'm cool with that.
I used
That's-
to always tell
take
him
the
in the
lead.
beginning, like, I'll go with you anywhere. I used to always tell him that. I'll go with you anywhere. Let me just call my dad.
Yeah, that's always a thing. See, that feels great. It's warming. And my thing is with her, I know that she hasn't met a man, this is from her words, she hasn't met a man that I think really valued her the way she valued herself. So meaning they probably try to leave her as a trophy. She's pretty, she's supportive, but then it's like, what happens to her? But it's like, she's great. I've been sort of greatness.
Let her ride.
Let me make her.
Right.
I want people to see her.
I was never with people like that.
I need people to see her.
Yo, I realized this, man, on some real shit. A relationship is like a garden.
That's
What
right.
you plant, you take care of that garden, you're going to get exactly what you plant.
100%.
We're
I
so
agree.
consistent with each other.
Yeah.
Nothing has changed.
Yeah.
Because
Nothing.
the honeymoon can go on for 30 years.
That's
My pops
right.
told me some real shit.
Damn, that was deep.
My pops said, yo, my mother and them been married for 60 plus years. She's gone. My mother died in my father's arms. And my father said, yo, that's the only time in my life I felt lost.
Wow.
Damn, man. Yeah, that's
Yo,
deep.
that shit broke my heart.
Yeah.
Because
that's
I've
deep.
never experienced, when I felt lost, it's because some girl left me that we was both in a toxic, fucked up situation. I'm
Right.
cheating on her, she cheating on me, we talking shit to each other.
Right.
You know, it never got physical, but I'm brokenhearted because I left some nasty shit.
Right.
Meanwhile, this has been the greatest situation he's been in for 60 years.
Yeah. Nah, that's hard.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You see the confusion of what's the reality and what's the bullshit? You know, we get so caught up in the fake shit, we start falling low, I'm heartbroken over that bad situation.
It was terrible for you.
That shit wasn't even healthy for you. You was sick. You was gaining weight. You was losing your hair.
All types of things.
You wasn't eating.
Yeah.
And you sad about that?
Nah, no, seriously. You're right.
Like, come on.
You're right.
So when I see you guys on camera, it's like a tennis match. Bing, bing, bing. I just keep smiling at each other, looking at each other, engaging each other, reacting. She's laughing. She's sitting back. I see the butterfly. I see the joy from a man. Let me just be brothers don't want to do that now.
Yeah.
You be too cool. I can't let these niggas know like I'm bugged out over my lady like that. You like, yo, now I'm geeked about her. This is my girl. Listen, fuck that.
I love on her. You hear me all the time.
And we need to see that.
Yeah.
Because we're
listen.
not seeing that. What we seeing?
You know what's so funny, me? It's not even
The
about
opposite.
what people seeing. This is how I feel. I'm gonna express how I
But you're
feel.
doing you because you're comfortable
Yes.
and you're happy
But she allows me to be that way.
because she fertilized.
Yes.
She
allows me to be
fertilized
that
the
way.
garden that she planted.
That's it.
Y'all started planting the garden that night at 12 o'clock midnight
Yeah.
and never stopped.
Yeah. Never.
And look what you guys harvest since then.
Yeah. Nah, it's amazing. You're right. You're right. Even the recognition, even being here, it's like, it's amazing.
It's
You know
a
what I'm
blessing.
saying?
I'm learning.
Yeah,
Yo,
I
y'all
appreciate it.
younger than me, but I'm learning from y'all.
That's dope.
Yeah, that's official, man. I appreciate that.
Real
You know
talk.
what I mean?
I'm learning to say, oh, it's okay to smile. It's okay to be happy. It's okay to, it's okay. I don't have to be this image of, because I got the world on my shoulder. Yo, you put the world on your shoulder.
That's
Yeah.
right.
When you come home, you're supposed to leave the world at home, world outside, and come to this world.
100%.
This is a
That's
new
right.
world.
100%.
When you put that key in the door and you walk through that door, this is Fantasy Island. The plane.
Yep.
This is where I want to be.
That's
That's
it.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
So
it.
when I see that with a young couple, that's not coming from the Bronx, not caught up in all this high society. Mike, you do great for yourself, and y'all still look like this ideal school couple
Yes.
Yeah.
that's
I
happy
love
with each
that.
other.
Yeah. That's what I compare. If I had to say, like,
It's a high school. When I see y'all, it's a high school
Yeah.
thing. It's bubbly.
it is. It's bubbly. It really is,
But
though. Yeah.
brothers ain't displaying that.
Nah,
I gotta go home to this shit. Oh, I gotta deal with her. Oh man, I don't want to hear about her day. I just want to go in the crib and I just want to do what I want to do. Yo, I've
No,
learned
that's
that. Yo, I
true.
want to hear your day. What happened today? You good?
yeah.
But think about why though. What are the women not doing or doing to create that. Two people have to be magnets.
Or
It's not one-sided.
what are we doing too? Because us men, we lose focus.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep it real. We can have a great woman on our team
100%.
and get distracted by the ant on the wall.
Right.
I'm gonna put it out there. Men think that, all right, you know how people be like, yo, I can replace her. It's all good, I can replace her.
I hate that shit.
If you feel that way, you probably should have already replaced her.
That's right.
Or you're going to replace her.
No,
Yeah.
you might as should just because you're wasting your time and you're wasting her time. If you feel that way about her, I don't feel like Leisha can be replaced. I'm gonna be
And
honest.
I know
as a
I can't be
person, no.
replaced.
That's fucking.
No, I'm being real. Other girls, I really felt like y'all could replace her. I felt that way, but that's why I got that's why I got those results.
You checked out before you really checked in.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
And we do that because us as men, we got short attention
You gotta
span.
think about it. It's ego. It's
Pride.
It's like my money up. I'm paying stuff anyway, so you being here just really extra bill. You know what I mean? It perspective wise, but look, it should never even feel like that.
You should feel just like you wake up in the morning and brush your teeth. Normal.
That's it.
When you wake up in the morning, you brush your teeth.
That's it.
It's normal.
That's
you
it.
get clothes. It's normal.
That's
Why I
it.
can't have this relationship in that type of aspect?
But another thing is, that's why I talk to guys too. And I know that, you know, people always go back and forth with me about it. But I always say this. And it's only because I'm living in my truth with Willicia. Me and Willicia can sincerely go anywhere together. You hear me? Strip club, friend's house, it wouldn't matter. I can say anything in front of Alicia. I don't have to sugarcoat it. That is the freedom. And I realized that she always told me, a lot of men is in jail. They can't say
Niggas on
nothing.
probation, man.
Yo, they can't say nothing. They say even the littlest thing that don't even mean nothing.
Or not to cut you off. Hold up, is Shorty around?
You know how that go. We all did that. That's
We
what
all
I'm saying.
did.
We all do. Like, that doesn't happen.
Make sure she down the hall and the door closed. Yo,
You already
bro.
know. Bro, last night was crazy. You could have just been saying how crazy last night was. And not that you got it on with nobody. It's just that, yo, it was a lit
You had a
night.
good time.
But you can't. But you know
Let's
what?
see you dance, have a good
But
time.
you know what? I'm gonna say this. We can't say that all the time because the brothers that's going through that has a history. What's your good time, nigga?
Right.
I know you, nigga. So when you said you had a good time, oh, you had a good time. I know, it's like she know what type of shit you like to do.
No, 100%.
You know what I'm saying?
I get it.
But
Yeah,
y'all don't
yeah.
have a history of the bullshit.
Yeah.
So when you can say, yo, I had a great time with the fellas. I got up with Shannon yesterday. Okay, that's cool. But on the flip side, another
That is
motherfucker like,
funny.
nigga, hold up. I know your good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never thought about it like that. That's funny. Yeah,
You know
that's
what I'm
true.
saying?
That's
I
true.
know because I lived in that. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
Like when I got married, my man wanted to take me to a strip club. Yo, Shorty was like, yo, that nigga don't even want to do that shit. Why would you want to waste your time? She know I'm not into that.
Got it.
So
Got
my
it.
thing is, well, yo, my man, I'd rather go on the couch. Whoa, you about to get married, bachelor? Yo, bro, I've never been into that.
Right, so I get into it now.
Why you want?
Yeah.
I don't care about that.
But
It does nothing for me.
society
It was more
norms.
for the person.
Of course. Society norms.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The height. Like I'd rather stay on the couch and pop bottles on my bachelor night.
I feel you. I
Right.
feel you.
I don't want to see no stripper that's going to sit there. Oh, it's your last night. You ready? No, I'm really not ready because I know what this is. It's a money exchange thing.
Exactly.
And it's not a turn on. Not for
Right.
me.
Yeah.
I agree.
For
I agree.
others, do what you do. Knock yourself out. Now, if
Right.
I'm with my lady,
Yeah.
it's really for her.
Right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So now I'm gonna do something for her. But that's why we always sneaking and ducking because the woman knows or the man knows what type of joint you dealing with.
Exactly. Now you're right about that.
So that's why that goes
That's
on.
hilarious though. That you.
You know what I'm saying? Because I've been in those situations.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, yo, hold up, homegirl. Why she laughing about last night? Hold up.
Yeah.
That's the
That's deep.
insecurity.
Yeah. It is. It is.
Now
It is.
you wondering. Now your mind is spaced out. But when you got a true life partner,
Life
you got to
partners.
worry about that. Yo, we went crazy last night. Yo, it was great. Yo, it was a lot of girls. Yeah, it was crazy in
But
there.
that's
I enjoyed it.
That's the best feeling because how could you be yourself if you're not experiencing that? Just think about that. Really, you
It goes-
done been through it. I've been through it.
Yo,
So what I'm
bro,
saying
it
is,
goes back to the name of y'all show, Living in Your Truth.
all right, then that's just what it is, then.
And you know what? I never even thought about living in your truth. What's your truth?
Whatever.
We got to discover that. That's what we're here to
Right.
help people discover.
But brothers don't want to ask their woman that. They want to ask them what bag they want. Or what trip they going on.
No, you're right.
Instead of saying, hey, what's your credit score? Let's get that up before we do anything.
Before we do
Right.
anything, let's work on
Before we
that.
go to Honolulu and Maui and Dubai, let's get
100%.
your credit score. Let's get mine up.
That's
So
right.
we can build something. That's just me. I'd rather build
Yep.
then Diddy Bop. I
That's
don't
me.
want to Diddy Bop and then got to rebuild again.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
50
yeah.
now. I don't want to keep rebuilding money,
Nah.
finances,
Put the work in.
establishment.
I agree with you. I agree
Yeah.
with you.
People
Let's
don't want
get
to put the
right.
work in at all.
Yeah.
Let's get right.
No, you're right. You're right.
Let's talk about that. I don't want to talk about the latest kicks. I love sneakers. I love gear. I know all that.
Yeah.
But let's talk about how we going to further our future.
Move
Talk
the
about
needle.
the things that matter.
That count.
Yes.
That count. I love that.
You know what I mean?
No, you're right. You're
because
right
the
about
bag may matter because you like it, but what's
Yeah.
going to count?
That's
Your
right.
credit score is 500, but you want a $2,000 bag. Let's put the 2,000 to get your credit score up so you can go get 20 bags.
That's
that. Exactly.
That's
Exactly. Not listen. That mindset is
Or property,
That's right.
or
anything.
equity, or stocks,
Something.
or something. Like, let's stop chasing the normal hype. That's what's really a lot of is killing the
It's killing us.
relationship.
They
It's
want
killing
everything that's
us.
quick. People want things that's
It's
quick
a
that look
microwave.
good. That's right.
Come on,
Microwave.
man.
It's a microwave for real. For real. And it's but that's what makes it. That's why I keep saying it show. That's what it keeps giving us topics and stuff. I mean, a lot of
You're
us
going to have
supporters-
topics to the day the casket drops.
Of course.
Oh, yeah.
And the reason
And
why
that's what's the great thing about what you're doing.
that's what's so great because it's society. No, whatever people think is normal and okay, it's so sad that they go and have a good time knowing they shouldn't be having a good time like this. Not like that.
You
They should be working on
celebrating.
something. They celebrate
Celebrating
Celebrating
nothing.
nothing.
struggle.
That's right.
Yo, I
That's
got
right.
Yo, what happens when we get into a situation? Yo, I had a fucked up night. Yo, let's go get tossed tonight. Yo, I lost my job. Nigga, you lost your job, we gotta go out tonight. What are we going out tonight for,
I'm
nigga?
super confused.
You're
What are we
supporting
celebrating, my
destruction.
nigga?
I don't know.
You're just happy that I lost my job, and then tomorrow I'm gonna ask you, I might need some paper if I ain't got no money to stash.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, I got you tonight. But what about tomorrow night? Next night? No, fuck going out tonight and celebrate. I need to
Right.
figure out my next move because I got
That's
a
it.
family at home.
What do I always say?
Come
I
on.
don't support
Exactly.
destruction.
That's it.
I
That
can't.
you know what? But we don't look at the responsible individuals. Don't look at it as destruction. They look at it as, yo, let me take you out. Let me get your mind at ease. No, get my mind at ease. Let's figure out the next job. I'm
That's
100%.
right. That's right.
100%. But look, a lot of us, it comes down to the camp
Mm.
because your friends, your family, these people that say they love you, why wouldn't they tell you, Champ, we're not going out tonight? Let's come to my house. We're gonna figure something out. What's the next move here? I'm gonna get you on the phone with this person. That's our problem, especially our community. Especially our community. We're doing all the wrong. Most of the time, we're doing all the wrong things. Nothing that even aligns with us. Like you just said, me. You know, people. I'm gonna use you for example because you mentioned the strip club. You're not big in strip club. Me neither. I've been in a strip club one time, and that was just so other people wanted to go. So I went.
You can't.
It was cool. But what I'm saying to you is, you know how many people are doing that same thing that they don't want to do
They don't want to do
every
it.
time their friends call them? They been said they didn't want to go party. They still partying every weekend with their friends because their friends called them.
Would you believe me if I told you it was always hard for me to keep friends?
I wouldn't. He's just such a. I see a sweet person, so you know what I mean.
It was hard for me because not many people want to sit with themselves. You know, they want people that's going to condone what they think is okay. But then when you hold people accountable and tell them, I don't think you should be doing that, they really don't want to hear it because they know that it's the right thing to do. But then being around a person like me, it kind of forces them to do what they really don't want to do because it takes too long.
Mm.
So for me, I've been through many different situations and I'm like, wow, like people are really not living right for themselves, which makes them bad friends, which makes them bad partners, overall just bad people because you can't even sit with yourself. You don't know who you are. You just doing what you think is okay. You just fluff, 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 fluff. But then when certain things happen and you get a certain reaction, it's like, oh, wow, what made you do that? Like,
Wow.
you thought that was okay? They're not taking the time. They're not spending enough time by themselves. I spent a lot of time by myself as a kid.
That's
And
right.
I don't have many friends. Like, I struggle with keeping good people around me because people don't value good people. They try to use them.
That's the realest thing right there.
And I tell my all the time, like, you're my best friend. Like, I really don't. I'm trying to be around better people, but it's always something.
But it'll happen when it's supposed to
Yeah,
happen. Just like
absolutely.
it might happen when it was
Absolutely.
supposed to happen.
Absolutely.
It happened.
I'm not
for
gonna
your-
give up.
Right. But you also not chasing it because you have
Yeah.
everything in him.
That's
100%.
right.
But look, I want to tell you though, I always appreciate when you share this because I know how deep it is. And just to let you know, she's a real person, the same way I am. But that's what we're here to promote. It's not that we don't have nothing to work on. The best thing we did discover though is each other though. I'll tell you that.
I needed him.
Wow.
I needed him. I tell him all the time, I
Come
waited
on,
for you.
Telling the masses world. You know how many women wouldn't really want to say that?
Nah, man. I need him just as much as I need my father.
And that's crazy that she pushed you on that pedestal.
I know. She touched my heart
pops.
every time, and she know how I feel about my heart.
And yo, that's crazy, man, because I had somebody that they grew up with their father and he was everything. And you know what I mean? And it's amazing. And me being a father of a daughter, you know what I mean? It changes the thing. It changes life. I ain't gonna front about that.
Yeah.
It definitely does, you know what I mean? Being able to pick up the phone, talk to my daughter, and this is crazy because she's 20. Shout out to my baby Mariah. It's like talking to my best friend sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, what up, Champ?
Yeah.
That's how we talk now.
I talk to my father every
What's up,
day.
Champ?
That's right.
Nah,
that's right.
And another thing I do, I group text all my kids every morning. Yo, I love y'all.
That's
And
right.
a group text. Now, everybody gonna respond.
No, it's okay.
But it's cool.
Yeah.
I want y'all to know that 6:30 in the morning, Dad's up. And he wants you to know, before I start this day, I love you.
That's right.
Because I want you to understand I love you.
Yeah, for sure.
More than anything. It's not about, oh, I need this, I need that. Because, yo, at the end of the day, I get blessed sometimes when they hit me back. Yo, we love you too, Dad. I needed that.
Yeah. 100%. We all need it.
You know what I mean? Especially when my daughter I don't see every day lives in North Carolina. Dad, I love you.
Yeah, I'm sure.
That means everything. And she's 20.
Yeah, that's
what I'm saying. That's a blessing.
It is.
You know what I mean? And that lets me know that when she becomes an older woman and we talk about her situation with guys, and it's not the greatest situation I want to hear because I was a nigga.
Yeah, for sure.
But I got to tell her, she's like, you know what, Dad, I come to you because I understand, and I didn't understand this before. I come to you because you a man. Yeah. I can't go to my grandfather because he's an older man. He's an old school man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Dad, you still kind of out there outside in the street. So you kind of, so it's a blessing that you always compare that and have that to stand on because a lot of us brothers don't have a man to stand on.
Right. That's true. That's true.
That's you know what I mean? I'm blessed to be able to text my dad and say, yo, good morning, King.
Yeah. My dad too, man. I talk to him almost every day and if not every day. And just what he did for me, man. One thing, and that's what's so cool about this show, like I said, it's a passion project because my dad always been himself, man. I never seen him in no other light. He never faked to be gangster, nothing. Like he just been himself.
Yeah.
And I think it made it so easy for me to be myself. Yeah, I never struggled with that, with being myself.
See, I struggled with that.
Yeah.
Because I was adopted.
Okay.
So I always kind of wanted to know that side.
Got it.
I mean, I was adopted as a baby.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, okay, got it.
So I never got a chance to see neither my biological mother or my biological father. So all I ever saw was them. So as a kid growing up, I had that debate. Y'all not my parents. But meanwhile, y'all show me the greatest definition of a man.
That's right.
100%.
You're showing me the great, you're pouring love into a person that's not yours.
Right.
And you gave me an opportunity. Like my sister told me years ago, she said, you know, we've been chosen. Me and my sister adopted.
Wow.
I said, I never looked at it. We're chosen.
You've been chosen.
That's been chosen.
Yeah, man, that's real.
To be loved.
Yeah, that's really what that is. Wow, that's deep.
Knocked me. Well, I cried in the car for like 20 minutes when I got off the phone with my sister when she told me that.
Yeah.
I never looked at life like, damn, champ, you chosen.
Because your life could have been different.
Way different,
right.
Yeah.
I could have been in an abusive, fucked up situation. I grew up in a house in Jersey with a basketball court in the backyard. 2 parents. We had cars. We had a grass. My dad was the handyman. He cooked. He cleaned. He fixed everything. If a handyman came in the house because he couldn't do it.
Wow. That's dope, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Dope.
He laid the driveway. He changed the bricks in the driveway while my mother was maybe outside with a cup of tea.
Yeah.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Raking the leaves.
Yeah.
Just wanted to be by him.
Yeah.
See, I saw that.
Yeah.
She wasn't raking.
Yeah.
She wanted to be outside with my dad.
Nah, that's real.
But I see that with y'all.
Yeah, that's dope, man.
You know what I'm saying? And you don't see that too much.
Yeah.
Or if you see it, it's because we had a housewarming and everybody's giddy.
No.
Right.
Now everybody leave. She down there. You going now? You gonna bring out the covers?
Right.
You on the couch?
Right. We spoke about that couch. Yeah, that's in another episode. Though. We spoke about that couch. Listen, I don't do no couch, bro. I'm gonna be honest. And for the men that's doing the couches, you hear me? I gotta talk to the men that's doing the couches. We gotta stop this, man. I mean that from my heart. I'm gonna tell you why. From experience, I had a woman try to put me on the couch. I just don't really. About to go to sleep, man. Just came home, whatever. About to go to sleep. Yo, I just feel uncomfortable. I can't.
It ain't
really
me,
sleep.
by the way.
No, it's not. It's not Alicia. I'm saying
it ain't me.
Yo, I just can't really do this. I just feel uncomfortable with you in the bed. Okay. So I said to her, okay. So what you want to happen? I was just thinking like maybe you go on the couch. I said, I'm not doing that, right? This is both our beds. I'm gonna sleep right here. You know what happened? She went to sleep. Do you understand? Men have to stand on something.
That's right.
When you keep giving, what are we doing here? What are we doing here?
What about you fighting for something?
Listen, we was fighting. I ain't going to like the whole.
But I'm saying, what about you getting? I was a couch nigga.
Listen,
by choice, or were you sent there?
I was sent there.
That ain't good.
So look, I would have told you back if I would have known you at the time. I'd have told you something like, hold on, me.
You pay bills?
Me.
Oh, okay.
No.
On couch.
I don't even guess do you pay bills. I know you do. And it's not even about the paying bills part. Let's not even overlook that. What I'm saying is y'all partners. Y'all there. Y'all there together. You go in that living room, it becomes a consistent thing. I can tell them go to the living room.
That's
Before
right.
you know, you're in the living room all the time.
That's
But you know what? You're right. And you're 300% right. I felt the need to go to the couch because I need to clear my head. I said, this may be a situation because I'm a smoker.
Mm-hmm.
So in my own home, I do my thing.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Situation occurred, yo, go on the couch. Yo, you mind if I don't even same situation.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? I learned from my parents, you never lay next to your partner if y'all ain't at peace.
Don't go to sleep until the piece is
Then
done.
don't go to sleep.
So that's why I said I went in the living room.
And you would just fall asleep out there?
Right.
Oh, okay.
I fell asleep and I chilled out there for a couple of days because I wanted to find peace within myself before I go back in that room.
Okay.
Like you gotta understand the dynamics in the relationship with certain things.
Yeah.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
I won't go to sleep if we have an issue. I will not go to sleep.
Yeah.
I'll be like, listen, we gotta talk. Because we can't carry this for the next day.
Right.
So let me tell you this. This is just me though. And I have to bring my perspective because this is all perspective.
Yeah.
For me, I'm thinking about things that work for me. So when I and it wasn't just one time she tried to do that. I'm gonna say it 2 times. She tried to do that. And what I did was I went to the living room real quick. And when I say real quick, probably was like 2-3 hours. I still went back in that bed to go to sleep. And what I'm saying is to you, she woke up and everything a little bit and she went right back to sleep. What I'm saying is, and I'm sure it touched the heart. You know why? She's like, wow, he really came back.
Mm-hmm.
He really came back in here. Because sometimes the women want you,
right?
Women want you to fight some type of.
It's this game they play to.
But we know the game. You gotta play it a little bit, and then give them exactly what they really want. You play the game a little bit. That's fun to play a game. They into that. That's from growing up from kids. They into that. Sometimes you gotta play with them on purpose a little bit, and then just show them something different. Show them what they really want. Come here, girl. You acting crazy with me. You acting crazy with me. Say that to you. Yeah, you acting crazy with me right now. Hug her up a little. What you gonna do? Get over me. She ain't doing that. She gonna be all right. Yeah, you gotta listen, baby. I know that, you know what I mean? It wasn't even supposed to go like that. My fault, my ego was involved. What is women really saying that? What are they gonna say to you? They can't rebuttal if you're holding yourself accountable. They can never rebuttal.
That's the difference.
And I'm holding you.
Mm-hmm.
Baby, you know, you acting crazy. Look, I was acting crazy. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
But see, that's the difference. Every man is not gonna be in the position that you in, Mike.
What's the position? Me being me?
Yep.
Well, listen, I'm on here telling you. He's funny.
Yep.
I think you'll say no.
That's you. You're being you. Brothers don't know how to be them because they done built a false facade with their partner.
That's true. So look, how about this? I believe all of us, right? We learn from learned behavior, right?
Right.
So what I'm saying is don't be me, but you definitely can learn from me. You may take the good parts out of me. That's what I want you to do because I want to be useful rather than useless. So I'm only telling people what I did from personal experience.
And to just try it.
And just say try it. Did you try it? That's what I'm gonna ask you. Did you try it?
That's how I am. Did you even give it a thought?
Did you even give it a thought? Or are you saying that, oh, no, that's Mike. That's what Mike did.
Yeah,
that's not what Mike do.
And,
you can do the same thing.
And then he call you and ask you for advice and then tell you it went left, but you never tried what you asked me.
You didn't even try. That's all I'm saying.
And it's the fact, though, because it's an effort. That's why I'm a firm believer of effort. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Effort. You know what I mean? But the women also sometimes, it's like, you be so confused about a certain situation. Damn, do I pull or do I pull or do I walk?
No, I'm right with you.
You know what I'm saying?
I understand.
It's like, because it's like you don't know because y'all not on that wave.
Right.
Yeah, I understand.
And that be the problem. It be that you and your partner on a journey together.
Yeah.
You can be on a journey with a person and you could be walking 5 steps ahead.
Yeah.
We not doing the journey together.
Right.
You ahead of me.
Yep.
Y'all remember one time I was in the mall and and this is when I'm starting to learn certain things from her. I was just walking. And she's like, yo, my guy. I said, I didn't realize it. Because I was so used to.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just what I get.
You see what I'm saying? But now it's like, damn, I didn't know.
Yeah, yeah.
And you'd be like, yo, it's no manual.
The communication just has to be better. I feel like a lot of times people are afraid to say things. Women will not say something because they think they're avoiding an argument, but they're creating a problem. They would ignore it and just have an attitude. And then when you ask, oh, what's wrong? Oh, nothing. The communication has to be there. The emotional intelligence has to be there. People
100%.
lack those two things. It's, oh, you got an attitude. Oh, what you got an attitude for? Nothing. Oh, you always got an attitude. Versus, hey, listen, I didn't like that you did that. This made me feel this way. Women don't want to do that. I got to always get on the women because we create the environment for a man to either treat us good or treat us like he don't care. We have to start with ourselves. We have to say, okay, what type of energy am I giving this man? Why is he acting this way towards me? If I'm doing everything the best way that I know how, and he's just giving me opposite energy, this is the kind of person I should be around because I'm doing the best that I can. But are they really doing the best? They don't want to ask themselves that everything is always demand this, demand that. Oh, but you did this yesterday. You did this. What about what you do? What about what you don't do? A lot of them like say, oh, you don't take me out no more. You don't do this anymore. You don't do what you did in the beginning. Neither do you.
Fact.
It's true.
That's fact.
I have to
We
always
get
get
too
on the
comfortable.
women. That's the problem.
And forget. Let me ask you guys this. How you feel about this thing with the bill situation? I don't want to we're not getting personal into that, but the 50-50, or you should be this, or you should be that.
Not every relationship is 50-50. It could be. Sometimes it's 90-10. Sometimes it's 70-30. I feel like everybody should contribute in some way. Because like for guys that don't make a lot of money, how are you guys ever going to get further if he's doing everything by himself? You ain't gonna never have no money because he's doing everything by himself and you just pocketing your money.
Right.
Where's the growth together? Where's the partnership?
My question is, where's my love?
I mean, it's like buy the boat, steer the boat, clean the boat, repair the boat.
But
It's
what do
like,
they do? Just enjoy the
They
boat?
stand on the boat.
No, that ain't enough.
Listen, if my car is messed up and it breaks down, I expect you to get out the car with me. That's partnership. Baby, you okay? What's wrong with that? What is wrong with that? Why? Because I'm a man? That's the problem. We put this man pedestal. That's what kind of
we also
bothers
put
me.
labels on shit too.
I know, but
I hate a label.
But did you hear what I just said? What is wrong with stepping out the car? I didn't tell her to do the work. What's wrong with just being there for each other? Those little things matter. And I only use that example because a lot of times people be like, even in movies, hold on, stay here, honey. Why the hell we can't go together?
I've been paying bills since I was young. My father used to be like, yeah, give me your bill money.
Think about that, bro.
My father did not play
Think
that.
about that. Everything is like you see in the movie.
About that.
Think about that. They show it in movies. Stay here, honey. Why can't she come with me? What happens to the wife? You found out she already got grabbed. Because you left her there. She should have been with you.
In a deserted area.
She should have been with you.
Yeah.
Close. What are we doing?
And even if you said, I got this, babe, she should have said, nah, babe, I'm coming.
That's
right.
it.
That's right.
I'm going to be there. Whatever going to happen to you, going to happen to me. That's the love I want. Always.
Remember when we went to Florida for
Yeah.
your birthday? And I took you out?
That was amazing. See, I'm glad you brought that up. For women, so I invited her to Florida. I went to a convention. And, at first I just say, hey, look, because it was random, sporadic. My birthday was like literally the same week. So I say, hey, you should come out, whatever case. She was like, oh, you want me to come? I said, yeah, for sure. It's a convention. She's like, oh, yeah, I'll come. I said, please, don't make me pay for this flight. You don't come. She started laughing. She's like, nah, I'm going to come for real. So she comes. So she stood at the hotel most of the time because I went to the convention. Right. I'm there for at least six to 8 hours. So she's there, whatever. I come back. She was like, oh, we go to this restaurant, da-da-da. So I'm like, all right, cool. We go to the restaurant. You already know. I'm not thinking about nothing. I'm there. We in the moment. We having a great time. The bill come. Naturally, I just was about to go pay. Woman stopped me. She's like, what are you doing? It's like, I'm taking you out. Yeah, let me tell you something. It was my birthday everywhere we went. I was out there for 4 days. Everywhere I went, we went out and she paid. And mind you, I just want to tell you something. She had no job at the time. No job. I'm closing deals over. I'm showing her in the bread. She never asked me for a dime. No job. That's why I question women's intentions. I even question men's intentions. But I really question women's intentions. And I only speak to the brothers that's out here. Yo, I Dior you, Y'all setting yourselves up. Y'all setting yourself up to waste time and waste money. You let me know what you have to offer. So you had to offer.
You don't even have a conversation to offer. You just want to offer this.
You just want a trophy made. Just say that.
You can go buy that.
That's what I'm
They
trying to
selling
say.
them.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? And the worst part about things is we put labels on situations. I hate when, okay, you my man. Well, you supposed to. That's my man. You supposed to. I was your man 3 weeks ago too, but we just put this label on it. Now I'm supposed to. Because we put the label, we put the title on us. Now I'm supposed to.
Right.
I was the same motherfucker 3 weeks ago.
Exactly.
We just decided yesterday to make it to say we a couple, and now I don't think nobody even labels anything anymore. You just kind of know you my life partner.
No, you're right.
Bet.
You're
It ain't
right.
no, oh, yo, what's up, you my girl? Because if you think about this, and you know this, and y'all know this, the first year with a woman or a guy, the first year y'all off to the fucking races.
Yeah, 100%.
It's a 4-month span. The first 4 months, then it's after that 4 months is another 4 months.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, who's moving in with who? Oh, here's the key to the crib.
Right.
Okay, that's 4 months now. Now that's 8 months that done passed. Now another 4 months. By the end of that year, yo, what you gonna do? You gonna give me your apartment? You gonna move in with me?
Right.
All this happens in a 1 year span.
100%.
Okay, we accomplished that in that 1 year. Then that 1 year comes. Now after that 1 year, everything is downhill. Why we can't keep elevating? That 1 year we moved in together. Next year we bought a house together. The following year we got a bank account together. The other year we're supporting each other's businesses together. It don't do that. It's the baby, then the decline.
But you know what it is? It's the American dream.
Mm-hmm.
And it's in the black community too.
Definitely. But it's the American
People
dream.
don't want real love. They just want help. People are not in it for love. A wife is a wife before a wife is a wife.
But what
All
is
of
a
this,
wife?
oh, I'll do this before. That's a good question.
That's the best
What
question.
is a wife?
That's the best question. But
Because
that's why that I'm gonna tell you, be honest. I don't even like to use wife, husband. I don't like to say that.
That's the label that I just
That's
said.
the label. I know. I'm just pinpointing.
That's when it gets so
That's when
as
it
a
gets
husband,
crazy.
That's right.
you're supposed to. Well, as a wife, what are you supposed to
That's
do?
right.
No, of course. I'm right
Because
with you.
we put that label.
But that's what ruins the relationships, the real
But
relationships.
no one understands that.
Oh, now we're here to talk about it. That's why the show exists. That's why I keep saying.
And
We're
that's
here to
the
talk
beauty of the show. And that's why I had to have y'all up here, because y'all also are so relatable to everybody. That's the beautiful thing. Y'all not fall off somewhere in the woods.
Yeah.
You can bump into Mike. You can bump into the queen.
Yeah,
See what I'm saying? That shit makes it dope and more exciting.
Yeah.
You can actually go, damn, Mike is a normal cat. And you can see you guys out and about.
Yeah. I told her I want to be like Martin Luther King and Coretta. You know what I mean? I want you to be able to see it and say what up. Like, be like, yo, what's up?
But that's more authentic to the culture, because it doesn't make it so far off. You're not sitting somewhere with some fancy ass designer clothes on, prepped up with the makeup committee. Yo, this is who we are. We're raw.
That's it.
And we're going to give y'all the reality of life and love on our perspective.
On our perspective, yeah.
It's not saying that it's
not a right or wrong. Whatever you believe in.
What you eat don't make me shit, but you know what? I'm going to give you some food for thought. That's what I told somebody.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you some food for thought.
You know what's the number one thing I say too? It's not even about being perfect. It's about being better. You know what I'm saying? And it's just a perception, right? I'm not telling you to be like me and Willicia. But one thing you never gonna rebuttal me on is the truth. I'm mentioning the truth. I'm not mentioning my personal opinion. None of that. I'm telling you, this is the truth.
This is what we're living.
That's right.
This
living
is what,
in our truth.
This is exactly what you're doing. Whether or not you're gonna take it for whatever, right? Mike, listen to me. This ain't my personal opinion. You just told me something. I just told you the truth.
You just don't want to hear it.
You just don't want to hear it. This is what it is. Well,
why we want to hear what you want to hear?
That's on you then at that point. But I'm here to talk to the people that's here to listen. I'm not talking to people that don't want to hear nothing. That's a waste of time.
I gotta ask you guys something. And this is a question. I'm gonna throw some words around. Communication.
That's the number one thing, man.
That's first.
That's the number one
That
thing.
was the foundation to our relationship.
So
we just talk. We used to talk all the time. Just talk.
Yeah.
Love.
Respect.
Respect, 100%. Love is respect. It's that simple.
Support.
Support.
Being there for each other. Showing up every day.
Showing up. Showing up.
Okay.
Showing up.
Now the reason why I asked you those words, because support. Some people don't know how to support each other.
We did an episode on
Man,
that.
it's crazy, but we literally just did an episode on that. That's real.
What does
say
support look like?
Your lady, I follow her. Respectfully.
Yeah.
Anybody needs help, apartment, credit repair, feel free to holler at us. We're here to help you. Yo, I read that and I said, God damn, how many brothers got a partner that's doing that. Reach out to either one of us. It's not just reach out to Mike. Reach out to either one, both of us. We're here.
Nah, 100%.
You don't support me, but you want to fly across the globe.
That's right.
But as soon as I get the $1 million for this episode, you by my side for the red carpet.
100%.
It goes back to like Homeboy said. When was you shooting? You weren't even out shooting.
That's
That's some real
That's
shit.
the realest line. It is. It's real, man.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm glad you brought that up because I'm not gonna lie to you how I felt even seeing that. Because it's not like she's like, "Hey, babe, I'm gonna repost this," or I'm like, "Yo, babe, repost this."
And I feel like it's gay as hell if you got to tell her that.
Yo,
I'm sorry. I feel like that's whack to me.
But her knowing me, I would never tell her that. I'd never force anybody to do something that they wouldn't want to do on their own. I mean that from my heart.
Let me sit back and let me see what you're going to do.
I want to see what's on your heart.
Right.
Because my heart, whatever's on my heart, I spill it out.
And honestly, that's the 50-50 thing in the relationship.
Yeah.
It's
That's
not
it.
just about the money or splitting the bill, splitting the
100%.
support.
Yeah.
Showing up without being told to.
Right.
That matters.
Because
man.
if you're supporting me and you're pushing my brand to help us get to the next level.
Yep.
That's right.
And it's vice versa. It don't even matter. I'm going to just bring up how I try to help her out. She cooks. Amazing cook, by the way.
I see the plates too.
Listen, it took me a while to start promoting the plates, but the plates is amazing. She should have been a chef. I mean that from my heart. But what I'm saying is how I may support. I be the sous chef. I'm in there. What you need? You need the knife? It takes nothing. I don't sit on the why? I don't sit. She don't even want me in there. I'm still there. Still there. You need the knife? Let me tell you, it go a long way. I know she may laugh, whatever. And she laughed even when I do that. Babe, just go sit down. It's okay. I'm
Get
good.
out of my way.
But my whole thing is she laughs because she's like, wow, he really cares.
But also she cares about something that y'all did that was amazing, Mike, that I got to commend you on. Her being a Muslim, she fasted. You nodded. You started.
Oh, 100%.
Support.
I have to.
Yeah.
That's the most. So I should have brought that. I didn't even think of that, but I'm glad that you brought that up. Something like that. She's Muslim. Once she told me she's fasting, why would I let her do that by herself? Even though I'm not a Muslim, why would I let her do that by herself?
That's gangster. I gotta respect that because in my household, that was a situation as well. She converted over. I didn't meet her at the time. She wasn't at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We strive to go to church together. She didn't really get it. And I respect that because I'm a Christian dude, but I'm not gonna, you better pouring it on you. Meanwhile, I'm acting like a monkey. You can't do that.
Can't do that.
Right.
You're looking at it like, yo, my nigga, you this and that, and you're acting like this. Knock it off. I'm not fucking with that religion.
Right.
Reality.
100%.
So she said, yo, I decided to do it. And I said, yo, you know what? As a Christian man, I said, you know what? If that's what you strive to do to get yourself better with your Lord,
right.
I'm going to support that.
100%.
Well, what I didn't do the fast.
Okay.
But I respect the fact. See, learn again. Like, damn, I never thought about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Maybe I should. That support.
Yeah.
So it's not always the financial support all the time. It's the moral. It's the respect. It's the she's fasting. Listen, I know it was tough for you, but that's my lady. Let me ride with her. That's my life journey. We on this journey.
100%.
This goes in the journey. So I admire that.
Nah, thanks.
The love thing. I asked the person, are you in love with what I can do for you? Or are you in love with me?
That's deep.
Because it goes back to what your lady said. Some people looking for help.
That's right.
I'm going to tell you something small.
A lot of people looking for help.
And you're right. You know how you pull a card? And it's such a profound question. I even got asked this. But if I ask you, you and your lady, or anybody, they have you and your lady, and you went blind, you couldn't see no more for the rest of your life, could you trust her to guide you through life? Would you want that person to be her? Vice versa.
Wow. That's until I never even thought about that.
It's real, though. I say, if I went blind today tomorrow, God forbid, I'm right here with Willicia all the way.
And I'm right here like, Mr. Marcus, come on.
Come
on, hurry up, Mr. Marcus.
You know what makes it so dope? When you got a partner that loves you the same, whether you're high or whether you're low.
Yeah.
Oh, man. It's heartfelt, man.
That pushes us as men to make sure we stand 10 toes down.
All the time.
Yo, she doing all this. I remember one time I was about to do some monkey shit, and I sat in the car. I said, hold up, my man. What the fuck are you doing?
Right.
That's the day I said, yo, you maturing, nigga.
100%.
I looked in that mirror. I said, yo, you maturing right now because you know you came this far to crumble all that for your personal experience.
Yeah.
Because you and your feelings right now, because things ain't need to be where they need to be.
Right.
And you're not receiving the attention you need.
Right.
When you didn't take accountability for your actions, so that's why she's in the space she in. That's growth, bro.
Yeah, 100%. And I respect that, by the way. I'm gonna just throw you your flowers while you're here.
Hey, yo, I
because a
came
lot
back
of
in the house.
people
She's like,
don't.
I thought you was going out. I was like, nah, I'm gonna chill.
That's good.
That's good, man.
You know what I'm saying? I knew it was like after a while, it become the time where the reality sets in as a man. Like, hold on, what am I doing?
Yeah.
What are we doing in
What
this?
are we doing?
What am I doing?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna say this too, and I'm gonna ask your opinion on the selfishness in a relationship.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
People don't want to do things for nobody. They just want to reap all the benefits of somebody else. I always say,
Well,
the
piggyback.
givers.
I did this. Now you got it.
That's right.
I did that.
The
Don't
givers
forget.
got to have their
Yeah.
limits because the takers don't have any.
That's real. That's real.
Yo,
And I
Styles
agree.
P said that on the album too.
Yeah. Yeah, that's super real, 100%. Like, because, I think as a man, just speaking from a man's perspective, I hold Willicia accountable, but I hold myself accountable for anything, right? And naturally, I'm always thinking, how could I serve her? That's how I'm naturally thinking. How could I make anything easier for her? Right?
Shit.
I'm always thinking like that. How can I make it easier for her? And it could be something small. I'm not talking about money. I ain't talking about none of that
Right.
stuff. I'm just
Because
talking about
the
small.
smallest things are literally the big. I learned that with getting married. That's
Yeah.
the biggest part. The
Yeah.
littlest things mean the world.
It does, man.
Yeah.
It does.
It'll take you a lot further than going to Neiman's.
And I'm gonna be honest, from me to you, I believe giving gifts is better than receiving gifts.
Oh yeah.
That's just me.
I love giving and seeing a reaction.
Mm-hmm.
So why
It's
not?
a blessing.
But that's what I'm saying. Why not give your woman a gift every day if you could? Whatever that is, it could be something small. And when I say a gift, I'm not talking about buying her something. I'm just saying the gift is making her life a bit easier, whatever that looks like.
Having that plate, having that you cooking that night,
Me
you
grabbing the
cooking
plates and me serving her, whatever it is,
you
whatever it
having
looks
the
like.
bath water, you having her gear together,
Yeah, starting the shop. It takes nothing.
having her stuff laid out when she get home, knowing she had a long day.
You understand the littlest things, man.
Yeah.
The
I make sure
littlest
to do a
things.
weekly check-in. That's what I started with him.
Yeah.
Every Friday, I used to just ask him a series of questions. Is there anything you need from me? How are you okay mentally? Is there anything I need to do more or less of?
Mhm.
Has anything changed in the last week or two? Every Friday, we do that.
Yo, that's dope because I
Yeah.
watched somebody else be doing that. Like, yo, every couple of months they say, yo, you still in love with me? You still look at me the same way? You still happy?
Yeah, it matters.
Yo, that shit is important. I didn't realize that.
It
Yeah.
matters.
I started doing that shit. Yo, you good?
Yeah,
You still in love with me? You still care about me? You
Right.
still happy?
That's
You know what I'm saying?
100%.
I had to really, you know what I mean? And I just felt like you got to change the cycle because I was an individual. I was selfish, but I had a moment in time. I'm not gonna say a midlife crisis. I'm gonna say it. Fuck it. Well, I said, yo, you can be selfish, but when you selfish to the point where you're hurting somebody, you're being ignorant.
That's right.
Oh man, I love that.
And if you want
It's
something
okay to be selfish, but don't be selfish to the point that you're hurting other people.
Yeah, that's a problem. That's a problem.
You gotta balance this thing out.
100%.
Okay, yeah, you and her going through situations, yada yada yada. Now you want to go out here and go get something to eat. Why you ain't bring her nothing home?
different.
Or why did you go? Why did you go? I don't give a fuck if it's Popeyes or the local bodega. Why
Whatever.
you didn't go? Yo, even regardless of what we going through, send a text. Yo, what's up? I'm at such and such. You hungry?
But hit me out. I want to tell you something. She mentioned this earlier. She said, speaking about people just being bad friends, therefore they're bad life partners, right? People don't do that with their own friends. They could be going somewhere, going to get something to eat, and they come into their house. They don't never, ever bring nothing. They ain't calling, asking, do they need things? That is a problem.
I
I
don't,
don't
go to
need you around.
That's right.
Nick, what I'm saying is we've been dealing with this. I'm talking about in our community. I know for sure. We deal with this all the time. It don't matter the age. I seen it done.
Yeah.
I seen Jeff throw Super Bowl parties and literally he paid for everything. Nobody ever thought to say,
Bring
"Oh, you
nothing.
need something? Bring him something." That's a problem. The
I
party
feel like
is
that's
made by
automatic
everybody.
a little bit.
It should be. I'm going to say it should be, but I know it's not.
But if you're a
common.
real individual, you already know it's automatic. Yo, like every year we get together, we do something.
That's right.
The party happens every year.
Ain't nothing change. Every football season, we go sit down and we eat together and watch the game because we're gambling. 90% of us, I'm a heavy gambler, I'm a junkie.
Yeah.
The needles in the arm, but it's like, yo, it's dope when my partners is like, yo, we gonna watch the playoffs at your house. Okay, I'm bringing this to Mike's house.
Yeah, it's gonna be over there.
I'm not
yeah.
calling Mike, ask what I need to bring. I'm
bring
just
it.
going to get it.
That's
There's
right.
nothing wrong with that. We
People
need to
are
get
not like
more of
that.
our people like that. That's what I'm trying to say.
Everybody
like,
always just want to keep what they got and take
They
from
want to
somebody
tuck.
else.
They want to
Yeah.
tuck and keep.
that's not cool, man.
And yo, I told somebody, I said, yo, you give a chick $1,000, it won't give me 20. And you don't even know the broad.
Yo.
You give her 1,000 off the stack just because she look good, but I need 20. Yo, bro, I really ain't got. You just gave a homegirl money that you ain't even with no more. Yo, what's up with homegirl? She bugging out. You went on one date and she bugging out. You just spent all this money. I need $20.
Nah, yeah.
Yo, stay away from me, bro. Because you chasing something out here.
Yeah.
That's false, bro.
It's a facade.
Like, what are you doing, bro?
It's a facade. It's a facade.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As we close up, man, I want to congratulate you two on the success that you guys are having.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
I want to congratulate you on the love that you guys are experiencing.
Yeah, thank you.
And sharing. And able to share with a lot of other people, such as myself.
Yeah.
And everybody else who watches it. Before we close, I want both of y'all personal opinion on building a foundation. When do you start to take the time out to start build a solid foundation with your partner?
In the beginning.
Very
it has to start in the beginning. You don't have to waste time to do that. If you know, you know. If you know what needs to be done, the sooner the better.
Don't know?
If you don't know?
Because
I feel like we've
all had experiences where you thought somebody was it.
Okay. But that goes down to the vetting process. Because in the beginning, it's already flags going up. Whatever flags gonna go up is going up.
And you know, damn, that's real. And we ignore
shit.
We
ignore the red flags.
We just ignore it.
We ignore the little flags.
Oh yeah.
We ignore it.
Like,
that's all that. It's not. Yo, listen. From the time you meet.
So should you address those flags immediately?
100%. If that's gonna be if you have different intentions, listen. You want to beat around the bush with them? Do what you gotta do. They can't be talking about no life partner. That don't make no sense. There's no foundation there. Any house, you have a foundation. So why wouldn't you think to start a foundation from the very beginning when you meet somebody? Yo, this is what I want to do. You got to lay everything on the table because how would you know how to move forward? How would you know? Because
most brothers, and I'm saying this because I'm around a lot of brothers that got a lot of different mentalities. Niggas is hustling, niggas in the street. They don't want to lay all this stuff. I can't give all this information. Let her know what I got. You know all that, Mike.
Of course. No, I do know.
Individual. And as a lady, girl, I ain't giving them all that. I ain't letting them know.
It don't sound like no life partner to me.
Yeah.
And that's just what it is. I'm only going to speak the truth. Every time
that's why I'm asking because I want the people to hear a truth.
No, that is the truth.
I told him everything that I felt like he needed to know in the beginning. No judgment. You don't know me. We knew each other, but we gotta. I need to know if this is a fit for you. You don't gotta wait 5, 6 months, 8 months for you to find out things you should have known in the beginning.
100%.
Because why are we gonna continue if I don't like for things to come out in increments?
But then this comes up. Well, I didn't know we was gonna make it that far, so I didn't feel comfortable telling you earlier.
That's an excuse.
That's why I'm saying all this because you hear all these things.
That's already trust issues there.
And that's an excuse.
Why are you even there with them? You don't trust them. Let me ask you. If you knew somebody was dangerous, why would you go around them? Straightforward. I'm asking you a question. If you knew this man is the most dangerous man in the world, why are you with him?
Because you love it. Some people love the thrill.
All right. Well, then what I'm just. Do you understand what I'm saying? I know what
you're saying, but that's the.
It's just gonna be another thing.
It's gonna be another like right.
I'm speaking about the truth though. It's just excuses. I'm asking you a simple question. You knew this man was the most dangerous man in the world. Why are you with him? Why? Why would you show up there? Then not only show up there, you there with him for 6 months. What are we doing here?
And people always know what they want from people. They may not always say it, but like I said, it goes back to what I said. I never went around him in a group setting because that wasn't the way we were supposed to connect. I knew that. Just make an observation.
And he respected that.
I have no choice.
He kept trying.
But yo, at the end of the day, that's what I'm saying. Some people like, you know what, on to the next. I ain't got time to play this game with her.
Nah.
See what I'm saying?
Because that's another thing. That before we even leave this set, I think that this goes back to men, right? I was never a man chasing 1,000 women. I was never that man. Not in high school, junior high. It don't matter what school. I was never that type of guy.
And that's the difference.
So of course I'm there because she's already stood out from other women. See, I'm waiting there. I don't need to. I'm good.
Yo, listen, man. Good. It's the voice of the culture. Living in my truth right now. It's two beautiful, man, individuals I'm sitting next to, man. We doing part 2. I'm letting that be known. We got to do another one. Because we can go on.
No, I know. We can. Literally. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
We have to do a part 2. I'm thinking about maybe a month from now.
Okay.
Y'all continue to grow.
Yeah.
We come back, resurface. Because I want to do at least maybe every 90 days or every 4 months with you guys.
That's cool.
If we can.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Fit that in, you know what I mean?
For sure.
Let the people know where they can find you guys at, reach out to you at, the page, the YouTube. Let them know all that before we close out, man.
Yeah, so my personal page is Growth with Mike.
Mine is the dopest yellow.
Yep. And our Instagram page for our show is Living Your Truth Show. And you can find us on YouTube as well,
We
on
got
1520
TikTok.
Entertainment, and TikTok is Living Your Truth Show as well. So yeah, definitely check us out. We look forward to meeting you guys. Any questions, topics, definitely feel free to reach out to us or put it on our page, because what we're going to start to do is interact more by literally just taking a snapshot of whatever questions you guys have or topics. And while we talk about it, we're actually going to have it on the screen. So it's like, it's good. It's like we're talking to you directly. So just create a different experience.
Yo, man, I appreciate the both of y'all.
Yeah, we appreciate you.
Yo, y'all amazing.
Thank you.
Thank
I
you,
respect y'all. I love y'all.
Love you too.
I love what you guys are doing. I'm all behind it. Whatever you guys need me to do. My brother Mike is in real estate. Guys, anybody in the New York area that's looking for locations, holla at my man.
Yep.
Get in tune. You do it all.
Yeah, we here to help.
You
Always.
know what I mean?
You
The
know.
culture needs it.
Mhm.
We need it. It's the voice of the culture. We live in our truth. Appreciate y'all. See you on the next one. My God.
There we go.